And boom. So you probably should refresh the page in 3, 2, 1. Maybe? There we go, yeah. Content you're receiving.
Yeah, there it is.
Live,
Okay,
live
at
are
least the thumbnail
live are
worked.
you?
All right. Now my favorite part, just like literally sharing this with people who may or may not be interested. Hey, if they're not interested, it's just spam.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So well over due project that I needed to get done.
Yep.
For sure. More Sword and Shield discussion. I know it's more it's a little bit different than what we're used to doing, but definitely need to catch up on everything that's been happening so far, because the first one that we did, the game looked so damn promising, and I had my fingers crossed so much.
And now it looks like shit. Well, it looks
I
slightly
wouldn't
better
call
than it
shit.
was
I wouldn't
shit
call
now.
it shit per se, because there's some elements I do like still, but it's definitely way more disappointing than what it was before.
How my thoughts on Sword and Shield went. I was excited, then I hated it. Now I'm in between.
Fair enough on that one.
Well, I mean,
hate it? No.
it looked like an N64 game in some places. Like I'm looking at this Star Fox Adventures, and I can't get over how bad the graphics.
And what
look
year
now.
did
Like,
Star
I was
Fox
so
Adventures come out, I believe? Which I think is, what, 2006?
Wait,
It
this
was
is gonna be the Star Fox
2002.
Adventures of Pokemon? Oh my god.
Oh, no, I'm
I
thinking
think
of
this
I'm
game's
thinking
from,
of
like,
Star Fox Assault.
2004.
Never mind.
Star Fox
Star
Adventures,
Fox
I think, was like
Assault.
2004. That's
Yep.
so old from now. That was like 15 years ago, and the graphics on this
Yep.
game don't look as good anymore because I'm so used to the other stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, all right, so pretty much like as soon as I get back to the actual, I didn't even click on the video yet. I'm a dope.
I thought that was the
Alright,
whole
so-
point of.
Well, I was clicking on share, so that's pretty much it.
Kea Krazoa Palace.
Wait, what?
I think it's that stupid language nobody cares about in that game.
Yeah, I was referencing the stupid language that's in this game. That's only in it for the parts crystal.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably gonna be the running joke, because we talked about Star Fox Adventures before we started, and now that's gonna be in our heads.
No, it's definitely gonna be the stupid jokes I make if I ever let's play this game. Actually, I just realized I actually get paid tomorrow from my second job. I might be able to get this capture card like tomorrow,
Oh, that's
for
good.
promoting yourself.
depending on if it is. It is the one
Promoting
it is the
yourself.
one I'm referring to, right? It's like AV, HDMI in and out.
like
and
shameless.
It has USB.
All right, back on the topic before people criticize me for like calling this a bullshit stream. But on the topic at hand, for real, Sword and Shield literally was really had really high hopes for me up until E3. E3 is when it really took a nosedive, and everybody knows. Everybody knows by now. I really don't need to repeat myself, but I'm going to anyway in case for whatever reason I am the first one you're hearing this from. Which wow, but. Of course, Game Freak confirmed that there's no national dex in the game, and what by that is that
Bring
yes,
it back.
it's
Bring it
true in the
back.
past that not all the Pokemon were available like in the main game, but they were all coded for post-game purposes. Now with this one, the new game Sword and Shield, if the Pokemon does not appear in the Galar region Pokedex, it means they're not allowed in the game at all, which kind of blows. And they're promoting Pokemon Home, which is the cloud service you can store your Pokemon in, which is kind of pointless considering that you have to pay a monthly subscription just to keep your Pokemon in a jail/retirement center until a game actually supports them, which is asinine.
Yeah, an insane asylum.
It's well, yeah, they might as well go crazy. I mean, they also, well, I can't really judge Pokemon Home yet because they said, oh, maybe there's mini games that you can do similar to like My Pokemon Ranch or something. Who knows? I doubt it, but
I wouldn't use it, considering the fact that you can't even bring everybody into the game if they're not even coded.
the thing of it is that's a really big catcher. If you take it from whether Sun and Moon, or if you take it from Let's Go, Pikachu Eevee, or if you take it from Pokemon Go, they can't go back to those games once they go to home.
No.
So
They're
that's
they out
why
of
people
there.
are calling it like a jail, is because once they go in, they can't come out
Yeah, they are. They're
So
basically in. They're stuck in purgatory, pretty much.
until a game allows access for that particular Pokemon, which is I'm against that. Everyone's against that.
Yep.
Even if it's a Pokemon like Dunsparce that nobody ever thinks about up until me mentioning it now.
Yeah.
Dunsparce's best Pokemon in Gates to Infinity.
poor little flying snake dude.
Yep.
So everyone needs some love. Even that Pokemon you didn't think about until now.
Yep. Yeah. Whatever Pokemon that may be.
I would say including Three-Headed Bastard, but he's already confirmed in the game, and that makes me sad.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Ooh,
do.
look,
They,
I think you're
VIP
forgetting-
access.
it's one of those things. They do seem to have kind of a bit of a boner for him. Like I don't get it.
I think you're forgetting the most important thing, but the slimy boys in the game.
Gudra. Yeah, there's a lot of pseudo legend. Wow. Well, actually, that good. Thanks for mentioning that because that brings my next point. One of the reasons why Game Freak says, well, there's two main reasons that Game Freak is not allowing all the Pokemon in the game is because they, according to them, they're trying to balance the game, which is total horseshit because of all the pseudo legends already in it. High fuckface. Gudra,
Surely you must jest, Game Freak.
Tyranitar.
Surely you must jest.
There's so many pseudo legends already confirmed in the game that the other Pokemon that are already in it are already obsolete once they're obtained. Which just no. If that's the case, then already you fucked any sort of online competition because it's going to be the same lineup over and over and over again, which is going to get really stale in tournaments, which is unfortunate. The other reason why they mentioned it is because they're coding the models from scratch, which I forget their name. I wish I had the actual name of the video because I want to give them credit. But someone took the Vaporeon model from both the 3DS games and the Let's Go games, compared them side by side. They had the same number of polygons and tries, which is the amount of like polygons and whatever used to make the model. So the same number of that, and when you merge the two together, no difference, 100% the same.
Yeah.
So that's also a bullshit lie. Now there is a reason. The only reason why this might actually be somewhat truthful is because if they're going to change Pokemon's forms, like for example the Galarian forms or the Gigantamax forms, that may count as additional models from scratch, which technically yes, I guess, but
even so.
still, I mean, it would be just super ironic if Galarian forms were allowed in the game, but the other forms weren't coded. That'd just be sad.
Yeah, that would be a huge oversight.
Which, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the whole Gigantamax thing. It's literally just this season's gimmick. This series gimmick. That's all it is. Mega Evolution was a gimmick.
When you look back at all the
Z-moves
other
were a
games,
gimmick.
like the formula has really been ultimately the same ever since like the early days. It's just a different gimmick.
It really is, especially here where at least with Z moves you can, and even I'll give Mega Evolution credit in this regard. You can there's at least no restrictions for Mega Evolutions except for maybe certain online battles and tournaments.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, AK almost all of them.
Yeah,
but
that is true. Yeah,
I digress.
Yeah, which kind of goes to show you the flaw of them because you can't even use
But at least in the main games, like even Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you could still use them whenever you want in pretty much any battle. But as far as I know, as far as we know for the Dynamax forms, I think they're only in specific designated areas where you can use it, such as a raid battle or a a gym.
This is a Pokemon XD.
I know. Yeah, I know. This never will be Pokemon
This is
XD.
I know.
This is Pokemon Sword and Shield XD Trials of Jails.
It's sad when you think
Trials
that
of
the
Jail
next time we see Shadow Pokemon is Pokemon Go. I don't think anybody would have called that one.
Wait, is that actually true?
Shadow Pokemon are already in Go as we speak.
Oh my god! Wow, boy, that's a blast from the
Yeah,
past.
and you
Holy
pretty much
crap.
you battle random Team Rocket grunts, and then they leave a Shadow Pokemon behind. You can catch it, you purify it, etc.
Are you given a special snag machine like in the other games?
No, it's literally the same old Premier Ball bullshit
Oh,
as
man.
Raids,
Oh, come on.
unfortunately.
They should have had the snag machine. That was the whole point of that. Oh, my God. Missed opportunity, Niantic.
They won't have the snag machine. They won't have the swag machine because that will never exist in a Pokemon game.
The swag machine.
Made up device, but who knows? Maybe it's good.
Yeah, well, hey,
But yeah, this was- yeah,
just
it's a-
give that to
it's a-
Swagmaster 6969. Yeah, and if you,
No, of course.
Yeah,
No,
It's a
he
reference to a
invented the swag
character.
machine. He invented the swag machine.
yeah, I guess he did.
But anyway, yeah, like that's why I'm not really a big fan of the Dynamax forms, and even the Gigantamax forms is literally no different than taking Dynamax form and crossing on a Mega Evolution. That's literally all it is.
Yeah.
Because they grow bigger. It's literally like Power Rangers, make my monster grow.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like a mushroom from Melee and stuff like that. Just
Oh yeah, the Mega Mushroom from Mario Brothers just turned extra huge for a limited time.
Yep. Yeah, actually, yeah, literally, because yeah, it is only for temporary.
I mean, I kind of like the one thing I will give the raid battles credit for, and even though it's technically a ripoff of Pokemon Go,
Go, yeah.
because of course it is the fact that you can. I like the whole cooperative multiplayer aspect of it. I like the fact that you can play with your buds and like trash a huge boss. That's one thing I've always liked about certain things like that. Even in Pokemon Go itself, which is. I guess it's not really the same thing, but like just playing with your buds and just smashing a huge boss to pieces. At least with these raid battles are way more they're way more strategic than just tapping a screen and just using items. So I will give that credit, which I have to be positive where I can. But I hear that some Pokemon are only available in raid battles, and the only thing I'm hoping I doubt it, but anything can happen considering the Pokemon Company is focused where it is, and I will get into that. I'm hoping that they don't monetize raid battles like Pokemon Go, because that would just be the final straw for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do one raid a day, but then you have to pay $1 for every other one. No, don't do that. Don't do that, Game Freak. I swear to God, unless someone at EA hypnotized you or something, just
Are
don't
we
do it.
filming right now?
Yes.
Yeah, we've been for the,
Oh,
the last like,
well then
almost 12
don't give
minutes.
them any ideas.
Like EA is gonna hear this video. I highly doubt it's gonna get through to them because I'm not that big of a channel.
Hey, you both are bigger than me at least.
Now, a lot of people are thinking that Game Freak is acting like not really lazy, but like kind of laid back and really not giving as much of a shit as they used to. Pardon me. Especially in some of the. Actually, Greg, you even mentioned this, the fact that even Sun and Moon were lackluster, especially post game. Like you said, there was really nothing much to do.
The post games in the last couple Pokemon games were horrible. I remember that was like my favorite part is when I like beating a Leaf Green.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh shit. Wait.
Shit.
Oh, he did. Oh crap. Yo.
What happened? He was constructing such a good argument too.
What do you mean?
Okay, you totally cut out. You might have to repeat yourself.
I said like in like Leaf Green, Fire Red with Ruby and Sapphire hunting quest, and the caves on the other islands, and then there's Emerald with the legends battling Steven, the legendaries, the Battle Frontier. It was just so good. And then all of a sudden, how did I go from that to Sun and Moon, where all you can do is, oh, you get to go to the rest of Pawnee Island. That should have been in the main game. Like they did advertise it like that. Explore 4 islands. Yeah. How about 3.5 islands? You get 3.5 islands.
Even if the
unless they
island is
meant
only 5 by 5 inches, it's still an island.
Okay, well, you know what? Maybe they meant the 4th island was like the Aether Foundation, I guess, because Pawnee
I
Island
don't
isn't
know.
really explored much. And then literally all you do in the post game is you catch Necrozma, and that's it. Then after that, there's the battle tree. Woo! Yay! That's the post game.
Yeah, so judging by that, it seems like they're taking a little bit more away every year from games. I mean, just even my criticism about Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire literally just being a Mega Evolution cash grab, which, hey, guess what? It's been confirmed that it was. Ding, ding, ding. Who's right? Bastards who criticize me.
Yeah, and Angry Joe as well.
but yeah, but yeah. Then there's a specific reason, and I'm not going to take credit for this because I did not make this. I did not make this assumption or the speculation. I did do some research to figure this out. But the reason why Game Freak may be taking a back seat on this particular project, Sword and Shield, is the fact that their A team isn't even working on this. It's actually their B team some of which don't have as much experience with Pokemon, is working on this game. Their A team is actually working on their own game called Town, that specific team not only consists of more members but also more I guess experienced developers. So
and resources.
maybe the B team doesn't have as much to work with, so therefore maybe that's why they're kind of laid back with putting as much stuff in the game, aka that's why the National Dex isn't in it. And the reason behind that is because if you really look back this past several years, especially 2016, when a certain mobile game blew the frickin' world away, the Pokemon Company doesn't give a shit about the main series games as much as they used to. It's because, and myself is to blame included in this, anybody that has spent any sort of money in Pokemon Go, the fact that game made billions of dollars, the Pokemon Company decided to stray away from any sort of console game, handheld game, and focus on mobile titles only, which is the reason why their current mobile game, Pokemon Masters, has so much more effort into their marketing campaign than Sword and Shield does. Sword and Shield, I think, has a total of two or three trailers. It might even be three. I think Pokemon Masters has 5, and that's not including and that's also including that anime-style cinematic trailer that they made with actual voice cast from the anime, which is crazy. The main series games didn't get anything like that. I think the closest they got was Black 2, White 2 with that story, and Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire with literally just them showing Mega Evolutions battling each other. That's pretty much it. But
so basically, you're saying it's your fault we have Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I'm to blame. I spent at least $100, maybe more, in Go. I'll admit it, not all at once, but yeah, I have spent money in Go. I mean, because at the time I didn't think this conclusion would happen. I was more so showing my support to Niantic because it seemed like Niantic actually does care. Because I mean, I have to admit, as far out of left field as the Shadow Pokemon thing is in Pokemon Go, it's actually a nice addition that they keep adding stuff to the game to keep it interesting. So that's why I wanted to show my own support by giving money here and there, probably enough for a couple games worth, I guess. But I didn't think that would literally make the Pokemon Company do a 180 in terms of prioritization of what games they want to make. If you look at Pokemon Masters, and I swear to God, none of you spend money on this game, myself included, nobody. I mean, if you thought Pokemon Go was bad with their monetization, no. Someone's already looked into Pokemon Masters' monetization with the whole gacha mechanic, and what gacha is pretty much you invest money for a random character reward. You never know what the hell it is, and it's almost just as bad as Dr. Mario World. Now, Dr. Mario World has its own problems with the fact that that it's $4 a fucking spin on their wheel. And you may not even get a usable character. You might just get a slight perk that barely does shit. So
is that why I can only use Bowser? I have Dr. Mario World, and I swear, I feel like it's all microtransactions, but I didn't have that problem until after it's like, hey, pick a character, and I'm like,
oh no, once you pick a character, whatever character, like if you're using Mario for the beginning and you switch to Bowser, Mario's just miraculously gone until you buy him.
That's so fucking retarded. They should at least give you the first 3.
I know, but that's not that. But would they rather give you the first 3, or would they rather make you spend like $50 trying to get them back?
That would actually be somewhat reasonable.
A mobile game being reasonable?
No.
Damn.
No.
Can't remember the last time that happened. But yeah, well, and in terms of Pokemon Masters, don't worry, it's not $4 for a spin. It's only $3. It's only $3 for a spin. Someone, once again, I don't know their fucking name. I almost want to look them up, but whatever. I guess I watched a YouTube video. They spent $100 in the game. God bless them. Please don't do that again. And they got like 45 duplicates out of like 70 characters or something.
Yeah, it's not good.
And I think they got only 1 5-star.
Yeah, that's
and the rest were 4s and 3s.
Those are very grim odds.
Well, yeah, they even what's funny is they say what's funny is Dr. Mario World and also Pokemon Master shows the odds of getting each type of character or whatever. And it's sad when I think the Massachusetts Lottery's website looks like it has better odds compared to them.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. It goes to show you that, like, eventually loot boxes, I mean, they're already doing this over in the UK, that, like, eventually it's probably going to become illegal, like, in the next, like, 5 to 10 years.
What kills me though is the fact that shit like this is legal in the UK because it's not legally gambling, but like obviously
it is
the
a form
actual
of gambling.
real life
It really
the
is.
real life casino obviously in GTA 5 is banned from like in like 55 countries because it's an actual casino. But but then again, that's rated M. It's rated M for a reason.
Because their justification is that, like, is that you technically are getting something for it, even if it's shit.
And what's really fucked up is the fact that even like the ESRB says you're not getting anything of real world value. That's why it's not gambling. Wouldn't that be another reason not to get it? Is
Yeah.
because you're getting literally nothing of value in return.
Yeah, you're just
That, like
giving
what
them
they
money.
said is literally like more reason not to get it than to do it. But yeah, like that's the thing that really sucks. Is now the Pokemon company is more focused on stuff like that, and I hate it. Like, I mean, could Pokemon Masters be a decent game, like just to like randomly throw on and have fun? Maybe, who knows? I don't. Hopefully, it's not as rigged as Dr. Mario World, where like battles can be manipulated to make you spend money. Who the fuck knows at this point? Because Dr. Mario World's been confirmed that it does it with their puzzles. And that's what pretty much Pokemon Masters is. It's pretty much just like real-time battles, but it's technically puzzle-like if you think about it, which could be easily manipulated. Who knows? I don't know what's like. I don't know what DNA is like as a developer. I don't know how devious they are. I didn't look it up, but it's still like I'd rather them put their primary focus on main titles. And Game Freak knows that the Pokemon company is more focused on mobile titles. That's why they're barely half-assing they're kind of half-assing their game, and they're not really focused in. They're more focused on town because they're probably thinking, oh shit, maybe it's like why? I mean, if Pokemon Company doesn't really care about main series games, why should we that much? We might as well just focus on our main project and make more money. We're a company; we have to make money. I don't blame them in that sense, but it just sucks. It's probably a combination of both Game Freak and the Pokemon Company's fault.
Yep.
Especially the Pokemon Company, because the fact that like mobile games, like especially of this degree, they suck. They're not fun.
Yeah, I mean,
And
well,
they know it.
all that'll come out of it is that the original fans that have stuck around with it, especially the ones that are more old school, they're going to be disenfranchised, and they're just going to move on to something else eventually.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where it's a lose-lose situation in terms of Sword and Shield, because if it does well, then that means that Game Freak can probably feel like they can half-ass anything and make money. But if it doesn't do well, that just means the Pokemon Company is just going to focus more on mobile games. So it's a really, really tough decision. So that's why this is a hole that is going to be difficult to get out eventually.
Yeah,
I hate the way this looks.
I know it sucks, man, but it's like I think it's going to take a lot of people. Just going to be a max exodus of fans, and eventually there'll just be something different that'll come along, I think.
All right, I actually haven't been looking at the comments, so I apologize because I decided not to load the video. But all right, so there isn't really anybody commenting anything interesting. Yeah, sorry. No, I see you in the chat, Mario T. Sorry, yeah, you're important. I swear.
Hi, Mario T.
But yeah, no. Aside of that, like I'm still interested in the gym leaders. I think I do like how the gyms are, like in terms of being big stadiums.
Yeah, they're like stadiums now,
the crowd animations look kind of interesting. At least it's way better than other installments and whatever. It actually looks like it kind of reminds me of a Coliseum game if you really think about it. So at least there's that portion of it.
Yeah.
I want to give the thing that is like I know deep down Game Freak still has some like skill and passion left. It's just I don't know, maybe they're just afraid to express it. Maybe they just I don't know, because it would really suck. They don't want to like pretty much be like in Bethesda's case where like try to bust their ass making something and it's literally like the publishers just don't care. And
Yeah,
that
'cause
sucks.
it's
And
funny
having
you
your work
mention that
being
too.
thrown away when you spend so much time on it is a harsh feeling. So I understand.
Yeah, because you notice how, like, every single generation, again, like I kind of said earlier with that, like, it's been, they don't really expand on the mechanics a whole lot. They're very, very conservative with what they do. They don't really go crazy when it comes to experimentation.
But that's one of the things I kind of like in a way, because at least if anybody has played any Pokemon game in their life, they can easily pick up and play
That
this
is very
one.
true. Yeah, I mean,
Even
they know that
people
formula.
that have been eased in with Let's Go, like Pikachu and Eevee, that was pretty much the game for casuals. Like pretty much taking anybody that obsessed over Pokemon Go and luring them into the main series games. That's pretty much what it was. Even Nintendo admits it.
It's funny you say that too, because you look at it, you know, if they wanted him to go to the mainstream games, why is now Sun and Moon going to be so underwhelming?
You mean Sword and Shield?
Yep, sorry, Sun and Moon, sorry, Sword and Shield.
I mean, Sun and Moon was already underwhelming.
See,
we don't need
there
to go
you
back
go.
in
My
time.
mind was thinking correct.
But
yeah, that's they always do that. That's the reason that every time you start a Pokemon game, they feel like they need to explain to you how to catch a Pokemon.
that's one thing I mentioned before
Yeah, the hand-holding.
in our last video, is the fact that there should have been like not a hard mode, but like hey, I've played this game before
veteran mode.
where you can just skip
Just like-
the tutorial.
Oh, you mean like Pokemon Uranium, where they give you the option to start on normal mode or Nuzlocke
Or
mode?
you mean a game that is not approved by the Pokemon Company because it's not made by anyone they approve of? Yeah, that
Pretty
sounds
much,
just about
yeah.
right.
But I have it, and
Yep,
it's a
same
fun
here.
game, and it's that you can play the game with a Nuzlocke mode. Like if you wanted to make it harder for yourself, there you go.
Hey, the everybody dies mode, lovely.
Yeah, if your Pokemon dies, it never comes back, pretty much. But I do think they should add like a hard mode to Pokemon games. Like after you beat the main game, there's an option for you to restart, and it's like twice as hard.
Yeah, just like
they could easily do
literally
that too.
you're
Like make all the gym leaders have 6 Pokemon. I'll put the wild levels of Pokemon and trainers are higher up. You know, that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
it's like the first gym leader just whips out a level 50 immediately.
No, like the first gym leader has like 6 Pokemon and they're all in like their level 20s or something.
You know what actually be, I mean, this is completely off topic, but you know what actually would be a really interesting choice is if they made like all the gym leaders like tournament style, like all the gym leaders are like fixed level, and it makes it way more strategic than normal. So you can't just go in and just beat everybody up because you're 10 levels higher. So you have to focus on type advantages and move sets and all this other shit. That would be a good hardcore mode. But, of course, we're not going to get that with Game Freak, unfortunately, because it doesn't seem like they can really keep their head in place right now.
Yeah,
yeah,
I have a feeling it's going to take this game doing potentially kind of or kind of bad for them to, like, see for something to come out of it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Well, one of the reasons, again, why I don't like the Galarian forms or whatever, even the Gigantamax forms, is because they're focusing more on this than they are putting the national dex in the game, and that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
They should have focused on putting
remember
the
the
bare
national
essentials
dex
in the
wasn't
game
in
and
the
then
game
add the other shit in
add
it.
that
Because,
shit
to be
in.
honest, I can live without this. If regular Linoon and regular Weezing were in the game, so be it. That's fine. I would not be upset about that. I don't need freaking Weezing with its ridiculous mustache and a stupid top hat.
It's Doug Dimmadome, home of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I think whatever that is just like literally shat all over Doug Dimmadome's name.
Oh, don't you mean Doug Dimmadome, home of the Dimsdale Dimmadome? You have
That's
to
right.
say the whole
That's
thing.
right, Doug
doesn't
Dimmadome.
count.
Order of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Oh, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean.
He always corrects people when they just say Doug Dimmadome.
That's right.
I'm not. I mean, what is it? I mean, the national dex wasn't in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, but you could still play the Pokemon in that game. It just it wouldn't
That's
show
the
their
thing.
It just wouldn't show their Pokedex number if they weren't in the Pokedex.
They're still coded in the game. That's all really people ever need or want. Is
And
that
now I'm gonna have a hard time distinguishing who's a hacker and who's not on Sword and Shield. I feel like I'm gonna play online and they'll be using a regular group of Pokemon, and I'll be like, wait a minute, that Pokemon's not in this game. I just lost to a hack.
How would that even be possible though? Because they're not coded.
Well, no, I
Because
think
they're
what
hacking.
Greg is saying, that because the assets are there, they could somehow, like, a hacker could somehow manipulate into the game.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
that.
possible.
I mean,
They
that
can
would be
literally
a huge fail on Game Freak. That would even
That
be
would be a
more
huge
douchey.
fail.
That would even be more dickish of that if they have the assets already in the game, but they gave the excuse, "Oh, we didn't put the models in the game." That would just no. That would be.
Yeah,
You
we
know how
gotta
much.
have
You
them
know how much of
high-quality
outrage people
animation.
would get. That's a no-no. Don't do that, Game Freak. You're not that stupid. I mean, well, then again, I mean, the fact that the national tax isn't in the game to begin with is kind of stupid, but I wouldn't think you would literally half program everything and just leave it like that. But yeah, it just I don't know. There was a couple of things I wanted to mention. I think I pretty much mentioned almost everything I wanted to. I mentioned the whole national text. Obviously, I mentioned the fact that Game Freak doesn't really care as much, and Pokemon Company doesn't care as much. But yeah, Team Yell, I'm not really a fan of. It just there seems like a lot of like goth related things in this game for some
I'm
reason.
sorry. Well, I still can't get over their name, Team Yell. Are they seriously running out of ideas that they didn't even use a real name?
Well,
Yeah.
it's Team Lou backwards, or Louis, Lley. That's an interesting. That's a way more interesting name than Yell, to be honest. But another thing too is, and this is like my biggest fear, because I mean, I think I don't know if my buddy who mentioned this was just trying to pull my leg or whatever, but I think it's been confirmed that some Gen 1 Pokemon, including Dragonite, have Gigantamax forms, but it's only rumors and it's only leaks. So I was just about to end it on. It's funny because I was gonna end it on "They better not fuck with my little golden boy" until like someone literally like talked to me about a possible Gigantamax Dragonite leak, like an hour before we started. And oh boy, I do not want to know what the fuck that looks like. But it seems like with all Gen 1 Pokemon, it seems like every Gen 1 Pokemon needs to be, and quote unquote, updated at some point. I mean, it's been going on since Gen 6, and then the Alola forms with Gen 7, and now the Galarian forms, I mean, you don't have to change literally everything. Like, are you trying to like, are you trying to like kill off the Gen 1-ism? Is that what I'm getting at? Like,
Yeah,
you're trying to make Gen 1
rather
dead?
than using the pre-existing Pokemon and actually trying to just work around them, they make all these add all this other stuff to Gen 1.
It just seems like I don't know. In the back of my mind, does Game Freak literally not like the Gen 1 Pokemon anymore, so they're trying to update them?
I feel like they're getting some creative juices going. I mean, I have a few characters of my own, and I update them over time.
The only
so I guess it would make sense.
The only creative juice I'll see from them, if they screw with Dragonite, is the blood that's coming out of their head after I wail them over the head with a chair. That's the most extreme case, though.
I thought you were gonna say purple stuff.
The purple stuff. Why would they bleed purple stuff?
I don't know. I thought I was trying to make a reference to the old Sunny D commercials.
Sunny D.
That's like, what was it like? Milk,
Yeah,
OJ,
yeah, they're
purple
gonna be
stuff.
bleeding purple stuff. I didn't know blood was purple. But
Oh man.
no, I mean, that's only an extreme. If they, to be honest, I'm not as like super like I wouldn't be as angry seeing Dragonite get a new form, because in all honesty, it's inevitable at this point.
Yeah, it really is.
It's almost guaranteed to happen. I mean, already Weezing has a new form. There's so many Pokemon that have been in leaks. I think Farfetch'd was one. I think Machamp has something, and Lapras has something. So to be honest, a Dragonite getting a new form would actually not be surprising.
I think the real question is, would you enjoy his new form?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, we know.
Especially especially with the way they're going, because I don't know, for whatever reason, someone I know called the Galarian forms gothatizing Pokemon, and I do not want I do not want to see like a black Dragonite with a bunch of like golden spikes around him and shit. and like a really stupid hairdo that's just depressing.
I would probably enjoy him. I would probably enjoy the form, but only if there was more water elements to it, since he is supposed to be a water dragon.
That's what makes him. Well, that's what makes his typing unique. I like the fact that he's flying instead of water. I mean, leave that to Kingdra. We already have.
Now,
Kingdra.
here's a question I want to ask, but do you think we'll be getting a dark type gym leader this time? I mean, have you noticed that all the Pokemon they're showing off have a dark type on them? We seem to be getting a lot of dark type love in this game.
I'm getting a lot of dark. Yeah, there's a lot of dark so far, and there's a lot of dragons as well. Obviously, because
I mean,
it
when
looks
was the
like
last time
slightly
they've had
medieval.
like a dark type gym leader?
I don't think they
Never.
ever did.
Never.
The
Literally
only one
the
I
only
can think
gy-
of that's close, they had in the Elite Four and Gen 2, they had a dark type. At least I thought so.
What is it? The Elite Four has always had dark types, but never has there been a gym leader that used dark types.
So that's well overdue.
Like for example, I know Sydney from Hoenn used dark types. There was not Gen 5, but I think no, I guess yeah, Gen 2 and Gen 3 had dark type Elite 4 people.
They were, yeah.
Hey. All right, so real quick, because while I'm trying to think of more topics, if there's any questions about Sword and Shield real quick that you want us to answer, whether it's opinionated or whatever, just give them now before I forget or anything, because more topics the better, just because I feel like I'm forgetting something in the back of my mind. Oh, here's another speculation real quick. I think Charizard is most likely going to get Gigantamax form, even though he doesn't need another form by any means. But the fact of it is that I don't even remember the dude's name. The current champion of the region that's undefeated with the undefeated Charizard. The only logical reason why he would be undefeated is because he has a new form, and obviously Mega Evolution isn't a thing because Game Freak confirmed that it's not in it. So the only option is a new Gigantamax form that he has. Literally the only thing that makes sense. Which I really don't want to see Charizard fucked for a third time. God damn. But that's what I think. I'm hoping I'm wrong. But the starter evolution. Yeah, that's something that we should have already seen by now, but apparently they're more focused on just I don't know, creating a Zigzagoon that's a member of KISS.
He wants to rock and roll all night and party every day. I had to. That was as soon as you mentioned KISS, I'm like, I have to.
Well, have you seen it? It kind of what's funny is I think one of the members of KISS I think were actually commented on it.
Oh really?
I
wonder. I wonder if it might have been Gene Simmons.
I forget who it was. I just remember reading a news article on
Gene
it.
Simmons and Paul Stanley.
Which is just so funny, though. That is super funny.
I'm actually gonna go on Cerebi right now and actually look at this.
I mean, its color scheme is black and white, similar to like the face paint of KISS. So yeah, I can definitely see that.
Oh my god.
I think his tongue is hanging out in the picture too.
Oh my god, I see wheezing. Oh my god.
That's the reaction I would expect from anyone seeing that.
Why make the top hat so tall? I mean, I know it's a smokestack, but still, like that's just weird. Like what the?
It's a smokestack.
I will admit, Zigzagoon.
I wonder what smokestack Game Freak's been smoking lately.
I will admit, Zigzagoon doesn't look too bad. Oh, you know what? It's Paul Stanley. Because you know why? Looking around his eyes, it's the star, and Paul Stanley had that. Yeah, it's just like Paul Stanley. Oh my god, that's funny.
That's amazing. Oh, all right, I'll give that. That's at least a little creative.
Yeah, that actually, I kind of like that. Linoon's a little weird, but not terrible. I mean, it has the same profile at least.
I think. What is the new format? What is the new evolution? Obstagoon or something?
Yeah,
so actually, Linoon is now officially dead in terms of like any sort of like
competitive play.
Competition.
Yeah, because now everybody's gonna use its evolution Obstagoon.
Oh, Linoon. I still love you. You were in my
That's
fan
okay.
fiction and
Linoon
everything.
may have been a Furret clone, but it was a cute one.
R.I.P. Linoony.
Rippin' spaghetti, never forgetty.
Yeah, but yeah, say a wheezing, poison and fairy. Holy shite.
Yeah, where are they getting these fairy types from? Like, it
They're
doesn't even
pulling
look
it out of
like
their
a
ass.
fucking. They just figure, all right, guys, we need more fairy types. What can we do? All right, let's just make
Add a
this a fairy
mustache
type.
on Wheezing. Golden.
Yep, there it is. Mustache and wheezing.
Give him
fairy
a smoke
type right there.
stash. Wait, get it? He has a smokestack and a smoke stash.
That's like.
No,
wow.
wait, I know what happened. That inhaling
That
that,
is so
inhaling
meta.
the gas makes you a fairy.
Oh, that is like meta as fuck.
Supposedly the air it blows out of its stack is clean, which I don't want to try that. I'd rather drink poison.
Oh my god.
I'd rather lick a toad, like literally anything.
Oh, and I just remember the Colombian toad from Family Guy. Gotta give it up. Gotta give up the toad now. Damn.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious what more. Obviously, those aren't going to be the only two Galarian forms. So Dragonite, I know for a fact, is either going to get a Galarian form, which, so help me God, it better not be Goth, like the others. Please don't do it.
No, Johnny, don't do
Or
it.
he's gonna have a Gigantamax form, which to me that actually probably that wouldn't surprise me at all, just because it's definitely overdue. I mean, it's like one of the few pseudo legends that haven't been fucked with yet. The only other one being, I think, Goodra, I think. I think Goodra's the only one that hasn't been screwed with. In terms of pseudo legends.
Yeah.
I think all the other pseudo legends have a mega form. I could be wrong. I think there's one that I'm forgetting.
With Weezing, good luck trying to take like Weezing into like a cave or something like that. Like depending on the clearance of the ceiling, you can't even fit in there.
There's gonna be like people outside the caves with the airplane directories, and they'll be like, "All right, you're good, you're good, you're good,
Keep going.
You're good.
You're good.
all right, you can't sit
And
there."
stop. Don't worry, Captain. We'll just buff out those scratches.
Never mind that now.
It's more fun to make fun, and more make fun. It's more fun to make fun of the game than probably
Because I'm
play
just
the
thinking,
game.
because like, what if, okay, or what if in like you were in Galeria, and yeah, you encountered a cave that had like a really low clearance, and your only Pokemon was Weezing, and you encountered wild Pokemon. What the hell would you do? It's like, Weezing. All right. I understand you're at like a really awkward angle right now, but can you try to beat this wild Pokemon that's attacking me? Thank you.
or just ask the wild Pokemon to politely meet it outside.
Yeah, can you kind of take this? My Pokemon kind of can't fit in this cave.
Oh shit, he doesn't fit. Hey, can you just to be fair, and can we just go outside and finish this?
Like, because wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. I just noticed that with his height, he's freaking 9'10". He's almost 10 feet.
Wait, he's taller than Dragonite?
He's
What the fuck is that?
9'10".
This is almost as terrifying as when I
my
learned that
God.
Furret was 5'11", which is how tall I am IRL. So you're telling me that Furret would be right up to me in real life? What the fuck?
That's including its tail, though.
Yeah, it's including the tail.
Usually Pokemon like that, especially like that in like Dratini
Yeah.
or Dragonair, they're done by head to tail, not head to toe.
9-foot mud
That's still terrifying.
Stinking
Yeah,
9'10".
it can stretch up and look me in the eyes, and it'd be huge.
I mean,
You
well,
want
it
to
is called a
hug the
long body
beanbag.
Pokemon, to be fair.
Hug the
Yeah, well,
beanbag.
I mean, what's even more terrifying is I don't think the people in YouTube can see this, but if you guys look at my Discord profile, this is my Quilava, and the fact that Furret is bigger than Quilava is also terrifying.
Hug the beanbag.
I can't believe it. 9. You know what? I'm gonna screen share this for you. This is too good.
I know what it looks like. I don't want to see it again.
I'm gonna highlight this mother. Stinking
Yay.
9.
I feel so privileged.
10.
9
foot
foot
10.
fucking 10.
foot
Jesus
10.
Christ.
Like, the fuck.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, what?
I'm just Google searching another Pokemon just for the hell of it, just to see if it's actually just as tall as it.
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe not. I can't. Shit. No, I can't do that. Oh wait, here we go. Oh no, never mind. So it's like half as tall. I looked up Lugia. Lugia's 17 feet tall, but still, that's over half as tall as
Yeah,
Lugia.
that's getting to like 2/3 the height.
So let me
That's
get this
too-
straight. Furret is like like a quarter height from
Wait,
Lugia.
so does that mean
Yeah.
Furret will also be bitten by the Kiss Bug, and will now
I-
get like these amazing colors? Wait, Furret's gonna get a new evolution now. Calling it now. It's gonna fucking happen.
he won't get Kiss. He'll get Van Halen.
I was gonna say we got one that looks like a Kiss star. So I'm assuming if they do it to Furret, Furret would look like the opposite.
The only way I would approve of
so what, he'll look like Mozart.
the only
Oh
way
my
I would
God, can
approve
you
the only way I would approve of Dragonite's Galarian form if he has one is if he looks any resemblance to Michael Jackson.
That would be great.
Imagine him doing the real dragon dance, the moonwalk.
Or better yet, he does the moonwalk, and that's how he does the Draco Meteor. It's like, Kazam. Like,
Fuck yes.
IN before Dragonite is the star of the remake of Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
oh my god.
It's the only way I would approve of that.
Then when you touch the shooting star, you become Mecha Dragonite.
Oh god.
Well, that might
That's
be a
not
bit too
Mega
far.
Jackson.
That might be a bit a little
And
too
then
far.
what will he transform to a UFO after he's done beating up everyone?
Wait,
All I
unless
know is I'm pretty sure-
that's his Gigantamax form is the Mecha Dragonite.
Oh my god, don't
wow.
put that thought in my head.
Oh wow. Wow.
See, Game Freak, we're way more creative. So like, I wouldn't mind a Michael Jackson like Dragonite that does the moonwalk and shit and actually goes mecha when he Gigantamax. That's the only time I would approve of that.
I mean, if it actually was that, oh my god, imagine.
I would literally walk up to GameStop and say, "I'll take your entire stock."
I'll take your entire stock. If only I had that clip on hand, I totally would just play that clip right now, but I don't.
Oh my god. Hey, and Dragonite even works underwater.
Or I mean, well, he does, but
Yeah, he can swim. He's a marine dragon for
Yeah, he
Christ's
is.
sake.
he even works underwater.
Yeah, it's the only time. Oh yeah, someone's comparing Pokemon Sword and Shield's Dynamax form to like Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, I can see that. Whether it's Attack on Titan, Power Rangers, Mario's Mega Mushroom, it's been done before.
Like, yeah,
Just taking something and making it bigger is probably the cheesiest way you could do something. But yeah, oh yeah, there's another. Oh, that was the other thing that people are comparing the spectacular animations of the Pokemon to this like Chinese bootleg mobile game that has way better animations. That's the other thing I was trying to remember.
Mm-hmm.
If this one Chinese bootleg like animations, yeah, it's true that the amount of Pokemon they have in the game is nowhere near as much as I think Sword and Shield has now, but the fact of it is that the animations look fucking good. I've seen like Charizard and Dragonite in that game; they look fucking good. Their animations. Dragonite actually flies up and swipes his claws at you, or actually does like a huge like I don't know something with his paws, whatever, and actually like builds up like power for Hurricane and shit. I wish that was in the game, like especially when you go into the Switch, so it's capable of doing more stuff. The amount of gigs on a cartridge is insane. So this is the time they should have been going all out. The first time that's not a side game that the Pokemon series is going to a home console. And damn, why does it have to look like this?
Yeah, I know.
Because it just sucks because back on our first stream, I was actually looking forward to it and had such high hopes until E3 smacked us all over the head like a freaking big rigs truck.
Hey man, don't you dare talk about Rex Viper Ridge.
That wasn't a insult to him though. I said we all got hit in the head like a big rigs truck. You don't fuck with the big rigs trucks.
So basically, we didn't get hit in the head at all because the trucks would just go right through us.
Do you need a slap?
Probably.
Hey, come on,
You know I'm right. The fucking trucks go through everything.
Oh, I guess I didn't think that one through at all.
It's okay, man.
Well, yeah, I guess that's not a good analogy considering that the trucks literally can't hit anything.
Oh, but by the way, okay, you know what? I have to.
Oh no! Take your entire
stock.
What the hell?
I'll take your entire stock from John Tron.
That's the John Tron clip.
Underwater. I'll take your entire stock.
I had to.
The Sword and Shield come in a can too.
Oh yeah, like what is it? The handy Pokemon game in a can. Yeah, I was looking for that clip just for that bit. I was committed, damn it.
Of course, because I'm not surprised.
Beautiful. I'll take your entire stock. Oh,
you're cool.
I love you. I think. Do you think we've kind of beaten this horse to the ground?
Yeah, I mean, considering that we already talked about the lackluster recycled animations, the fact that most of the shit looks like N64 graphics, the fact that the model, there's a lot more negatives than positives, unfortunately.
Yeah, as of now,
Same thing.
yeah.
And once again, do not spend a single fucking penny on Pokemon Masters or even Pokemon Go. Ever since I've learned the information, I stopped. Actually, I really haven't been playing the game, let alone buying anything from it. But no, I'm done spending any sort of money in any Pokemon mobile game because that's just going to encourage them to put more focus on those games instead of the games that we grew up with and the ones that we want to see improve, which is a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really against Pokemon Masters per se. It does look interesting, but I know the reason why it exists, and I don't like what it's doing to the main series games. So that's why I'm kind of against it. But who knows? Like that, we've only seen I think 3 trailers now for Sword and Shield. I think I mentioned that if you include anything from E3. So yeah, it was the main one that we discussed. It was the E3 E3 one, and then the recent one that just appeared with the Galarian forms and shit, and a couple new Pokemon that were released. So.
Oh, I dropped 237 frames. I didn't even realize, but yeah, stream's doing okay though. It was probably only just.
Oh no, I dropped frames. Well, better than dropping another load in my drawers.
Well, I mean, it's like that one stream I did back a year ago where, I think I dropped over, 15,000 frames. My
So say Dragonite needs his own game. That would be interesting. Or just Dratini as the starter Pokemon. Fuck yes.
I would love to have Dratini. Even if it took forever to level him up, it's I don't care. It's freaking Dratini.
That's the thing, unless you spent hours and hours and hours grinding, you would not have Dragonite at the beginning. At all. You probably wouldn't have him until, maybe the 7th gym if you're lucky.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, really not until, the Elite
So
Four.
So having Dratini as a starter wouldn't be that overpowered.
No, not really.
Unless you just hack the game and give yourself infinite rare candies.
Dragonite in the first gen is hard to get because the trainers don't net you much EXP.
No,
That's
they
true.
really don't.
Oh yeah, for Ghostly Wins here in the chat, do not go on Twitter unless you want to see bring back the National Dex War, on every tweet the Pokemon.
People oh yes, this is war you want. This is a war you get.
All right, here's the thing.
Know that I have Twitter, and I think the audience here deserves to know how great those comments are.
I was gonna say, I mean, should I
Well, the thing of it is with that is the fact that there's constructive criticism like we're doing, and then there's being a fucking tool.
Well,
so we don't want.
Everybody's a tool, but now it's just now it's gotten to the point where it's died down a bit. And
Dude,
like
what?
when I remember when they
Seriously,
first
why
showed
would you
off-
call me that? You just hurt my feelings, dick.
What? No, not you. All right, just hear me out. When E3
Not
first
you.
revealed Sword and Shield, every time Pokemon tweeted, every comment was "Bring back the National Dex" of something to that effect.
Yeah, no,
now
and,
it's like
people will still continue to hammer that too. Believe me, this ain't going
now
away.
it's like now it's torn because now there's half of the comments like that, and the other half commenting rude insults to the people who are commenting that still. So it's just a bit
probably
more-
because it's starting to. Well, some of them are probably over it and they want it to stop. But
I mean,
enough on that
I
one, I guess.
honestly, like I said, I'm over it too. Like I said, the game
Yeah,
doesn't
same.
look amazing, but it doesn't look like garbage either. I guess is from what I'm trying to say.
then that's the thing. It does still have some redeeming factors. Like
There
like I
are
said, the
redeeming
the gyms
factors,
look
but-
kind of cool. The gym leaders look kind of cool. Like I'm not against that. I think I'm interested in that, but it's not enough to sell me on the game. Especially if they do end up changing Dragonite and he looks like completely hideous, then I'm never playing the
and
game
not
again.
Michael Jackson.
They're not gonna let. The Game
I
Freak
know.
isn't gonna listen to us when we say bring back the National Dex. I don't think they're gonna listen to me saying
No.
make a Michael Jackson like Dragonite.
I know, but you know, it'd be great. You know,
It
I
would.
could dream, damn it.
Oh, that would be beautiful, especially with some of the Dragonite Charizard dancing memes I've seen. Dragonite can fucking dance, man. He can bust a
I mean,
move.
Weezing is a freaking top hat. Why can't he have like a fedora like Michael Jackson and just toss it at people?
I know. That'd be freaking just epic. Yes.
That would just that'd be great. Oh man, it's like Moonwalker on the Sega Genesis. Eat your heart out.
Yeah, Dynamaxing looks dumb. Yeah. We've
It's just
already
like,
covered
oh hey, see
that.
this Pokemon? It's bigger now. Have fun.
War. Go.
Yeah, literally, what is it? It's freaking beefy size. That's all it is.
Honestly, if they you know what's so funny about that is if they included the Mega Mushroom noise when that happened, Nintendo can actually sue them because it's pretty much just ripping off their idea.
Oh wait. You mean they can sue Game Freak?
Why not? That whole like Mega Mushroom growing huge thing with that specific
Yeah.
sound is trademarked by Nintendo. If you think
I
about
see. If they use the actual sound.
it, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh yeah, no, they could. They actually could.
Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like that's the thing that kills me is like I want this game to be good. All of us do. That's why we're saying bring back the National Dex, delay the game, etc. Like that we're well, some of us are bitching to be assholes, but a lot of us are shouting out because we care. We want to see this game
we do.
grow. It's been 20 something years and it's only getting bigger. One of the biggest franchises of all time. We want to see it act like it, not something that EA can whip up in 2 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. AK the mobile crap.
the mobile shit, yes. Just no. When I'm comparing, like literally, when you have a game that already rivals Dr. Mario World in terms of monetization, you've already hit so many red flags.
It's like, you've done.
No.
Fucked up. You've done.
Oh
fucked
no.
Up.
So, I'll check the comments real quick if there's anyone that has any sort of questions or anything to ask us. Please do so now, because we pretty much covered every topic that we needed to at this time.
Yeah. At that point, we just be beating a somewhat dead horse.
Yeah, I mean, just like the thumbnail with Dragonite, it's like, yeah, I mean, we're disappointed. We want to see something better because we know Game Freak has the potential to do it. If you look back at like Gold and Silver, or even Heart Gold and Soul Silver, there's a lot of shit to do in that game. Those games are great.
Believe
Even
me, Bo
Ruby and
Ackley, you're not
Sapphire and
missing
Emerald
much.
were really good. Couldn't even tell you how many hours I've played in Emerald. Actually, no, I think it was like 492 or something. It was up there.
Oh, here comes a question coming up.
Okay, who we got?
Ghostly once again.
I haven't kept up to date Pokemon series since Generation 5. Hey, that's kind of where I stopped too. The only Gen 5
Yeah,
game
I
I
really
played was,
stopped at
was
Gen
Gates to
5.
Infinity, and I regretted every bit of that. Like, Gates into it, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity was not that good of a game, unfortunately. It fell flat on its face, but it's a good thing the Super Mystery Dungeon made up for that.
And then Ghostly Woods has
To make a game better where you guys can improve the game, well, first of all, delay the game so you can actually have all the Pokemon available in it. That's like the biggest thing. If Animal Crossing can delay their game and everybody's okay with that, why is Game Freak or the Pokemon Company or whoever it is that makes the deadline so stubborn? Why can't they push it back? Why does every single game have to be a year apart from each other?
Because they want to meet the holiday sales for this year. I mean, Smash Brothers was their #1 holiday hit go for last year, and they know how big Pokemon is too, so they're gonna try and push this out this season.
Okay, so what happens when they release it that early and it sucks and like they get like half the sales?
Well, then
Wait, why did I talk? I didn't talk.
That's me.
Oh, okay.
It's because I was asked a question that wasn't related to the topic. It was related to Mugen.
Oh boy, Mugen. Oh wait, wrong stream.
That's the reason why I'd rather do it in text, just because it's not pertaining to the conversation.
Gotcha. I feel Mr. Gem has more time on Pokemon Go than any other Pokemon game to me. Yeah, I do. Because
you have spent quite a bit of time. Not like RuneScape a lot, but a lot.
No, RuneScape was, I think it was 2,800 hours. And I think Pokemon Go probably is at least 1,000 hours.
That's at least around it.
It's got to be at least 1,000 hours, yeah, because at least with that game, it got me at it. That's one thing I can give Pokemon Go credit for. It actually gives me a reason to get out of my damn house.
Mm.
And I can actually go to the various places and like hang out with friends and play the game. So that's one of the reasons why I played that so much.
Yeah, that was definitely a good.
At least the concept behind it was fun.
Yeah, it was a really good concept, very unique at the time. I mean, even though it only came out in like 2016, 17.
Yeah, and what's funny though is that Niantic's newest game, Wizards Unite, didn't even make like a quarter of what Pokemon Go made in their opening weekend.
There wasn't as much bullshit in Go as there was in that.
Well, it just shows that Pokemon's fan bases and support or whatever is a lot bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, well, then the fact that, like, with I know Niantic wasn't necessarily a fault, but you gotta remember Warner Brothers was at the head of that Harry Potter one.
Oh, yeah, no, that whole energy system, again, was the reason why the game flopped for me. I didn't even turn the game on. As soon as I learned that there was an energy mechanic, that's all I needed to know not to play the game.
It would be interesting.
I'll do this real quick. How I compare that to Pokemon Go is pretty much imagine in Pokemon Go, everything you do required the use of a Pokeball, even battling. That's pretty much how the energy system works, and there's literally a fourth of the Pokestops to regain those energy points back. So just think about it like that.
And but Bo Ackley brings up an interesting point. Yeah, well, what if the story was kind of more lengthy and it was a little more grind heavy? I mean, that would be neat and all, but the thing is, though, that would steer away any casual person to the series.
Yeah, especially anybody that's played Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee and may want to try Sword and Shield. That game pretty much handed you XP like free samples.
Like, it would be cool if the story was lengthier and was more complex. It'd be almost like Final Fantasy or like Fire Emblem type of stories or something like that. If it was more like that, it would be cool, but it would probably only appeal to the hardcore fans.
What about once again, going back to Mystery Dungeon, the Super Mystery Dungeon, I think probably had one of the best stories of all time for Pokemon.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
yes,
right up there.
Time, Darkness, and Sky had a lot of people are going to probably argue with me with that. Yes, that story is amazing too, and that'll always hold close to my heart because that's one of the first like deep stories of any Pokemon game I've ever played, and I loved it. But even with Super Mystery Dungeon made by Chunsoft yet again, fuck, I wish that company was making the game. To be honest, it seems like they give a shit. But it just, I mean, it's a shame. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, demo. That was I made that point in the last in Sun and Moon. How literally they were using they were using Dragonite as like a test dummy again. Oh, that wasn't fun.
Yeah, just like a plaything, really.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Hurt my feelings.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, Dragonite's not popular enough to. I mean,
No.
I guess I can't really say that, to be honest, because the way
he
Dragonite
is,
has
he
been
is and he
going lately,
isn't.
he's been getting a little bit more popular, which I guess that's another reason why he might get a new form. Oh no. Stop liking him. Make him obscure again. Who am I talking about? Oh, I don't know who that is. I've never seen that before.
I
We all
mean, sure, he's one of the most powerful non-legendaries in the game. I don't know who he is.
Or say move leveling system, like the more you use moves, the less power points you consume. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because once again, Mystery Dungeon had a move leveling
did.
system.
It
The
did.
more you use the move, the more powerful and more accurate it become, and the more power points you earn for that move. Hey, look at that! Another good move that Mystery Dungeon already covered.
I'll show you that Chunsoft definitely is better at making RPGs.
Yeah, I mean, even though Mystery Dungeon was slight repetitive, but they made it up for the freaking story. Like the story
The
is
story was really
fucking
good. It was
amazing
very
in that
much an
game.
RPG like story.
It was. I loved every bit of it. It just right now just seems Pokemon is just a little bit too predictable in terms of the main series games, and I hope that Game Freak doesn't like, I don't know, just take the old, oh, we've done this 1,000
Yeah,
times, just keep doing the
fall
same
into the
thing,
trap.
or they'll like it.
Yeah,
Why
they
do I
fall
hear
into the
myself?
trap of
Ew.
the fact that, oh hey, this formula works. Let's barely change anything about it. I mean, they need to keep the core formula for sure, but I mean, they got to experiment a little more than they have been.
What is the most toughest Pokemon I faced? Didn't like in any game, really? Can I go back to Mystery Dungeon again?
Oh my god, yes.
Anyone remember how much of a pain in the ass Rayquaza was in the first Mystery Dungeon?
Yep. Yeah, he was.
How, like,
Dialga was no
Although
joke
the
either.
damage scaling was so bad in that game, how
That's-
like
yeah.
at one point he could beat the shit out of you in 2 hits, and then if you level up like 5 times, you could almost do the same to him. The damage scaling in that game was you could tell that was Chunsoft's first attempt at that series. But hey, they made it better as time goes
They
on.
did. Oh, they
hint,
definitely
hint, hint, freaking Game Freak.
Yeah, I know.
I thought
And-
Monolith Soft was good at RPGs.
Who?
Monolith Soft, they make Xenoblade.
Oh yeah, no, I can't really relate. I haven't played Xenoblade.
Nah, I've never played
unfortunately.
Xenoblade either.
Oh, that's a crime.
Yeah, so is it's like making half-assed Pokemon game, but Game Freak's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you're
I
not
guess
wrong.
you're right there.
Well, actually, no. The real crime is EA's FIFA is rated 3 and up in Europe, and kids are like allowed to gamble in the games. That's the real crime. It actually could be a real crime if you think about it.
It's like I say, man. Like in the next 5 or 10 years, man, it'll be legislation. I think loot boxes are going to be illegal eventually, just everywhere.
Hopefully, cross
I
your
know,
fingers.
I know.
Hopefully. I swear to fucking God, Pokemon Company, if you dare pull the same shit as Activision did with CTR and put any sort of bullshit monetization in the main series games, you will lose all of your fans immediately, including me. I will burn all of my fucking plush here. I don't give a shit. So, no, do not stoop that low. You can do your own little fucking bullshit on your mobile games, but keep that on mobile. Do not stoop to this.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
I mean, like getting back to like not playing Xenoblade. I mainly played SquareSoft games, like particularly like Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VII, like stuff like that. And then also Earthbound. Freaking love Earthbound.
Oh, we don't really know anything about the items though in terms of the Pokemon game, the new Pokemon games. That was not displayed well at all. Really, that's, to be honest, I guess that's not really a super important thing.
No.
So if they don't really explain it now, that I can live without that until the game arrives. Pardon me.
I guess with stat buffing items, I mean, I guess there already are kind of that. I mean, what about like, what is it, like calcium, carbos, zinc, iron? I mean, I guess they already have that.
Drugs in a bottle. My favorite.
Yeah, that's right. Pharmaceuticals, bizaches.
Prescription, I think. Well, but wait, if you get them over the counter, they're prescriptions, but what about the ones you just find randomly in the woods? Those.
It's like, hopefully this wasn't somebody's.
It's like, ooh, steroids, gimme.
Oh god, like, oh hey, use needles. They're like, hopefully I don't get dysentery and or other forms of disease on them.
How did you get Dragonite to be a playable character in Hot Shots Golf? That's a Photoshop thumbnail.
Yeah, that is a Photoshop thumbnail.
All right, I did that good when like literally everybody that's seen that picture asked me how is he a playable character or what game is that? Damn,
okay.
I did it good.
Apparently, with the stat buffing items, he means that Pokemon can hold items that they can hold as they're leveling up. That's kind of interesting.
That's an interesting. Wait, isn't that already a thing? No.
No, like the actual.
Oh no,
item,
maybe I'm thinking of like
themselves
EVs and
don't level
IVs though. Okay.
Yeah, the actual items don't level up.
Oh, what are you saying? Items level up on when used. Is that what you're saying? Because that's a completely different thing.
Either that,
I would rather have.
Or it's an item they hold, but it increases a certain stat more every time they level up. So instead of like a one-use item, it's just one that you hold. Maybe that's.
I thought that would. Wait, that already exists. There's well, I know for a fact that like it was in post game for some games. It was like these specific bands that the Pokemon holds, and then that stat rises.
Oh, you're right.
When they level up, I know for a fact that's a thing already.
Oh yeah, you are.
I know for a fact that exists. You had to spend like battle points to get most of them, which are by that point are fucking useless.
What fighting game would Vigo for Fur Fighters even be in? I'm curious.
What? How is that related to Pokemon?
It's not. It's in the chat.
Oh my god, General Vigo as the new boss for the the evil team leader. Oh, I want it to fucking happen right now.
Oh my god.
I don't know who played Vigo as like Vigo's voice because I fucking love that voice. No lie.
It is.
But
really
I would
good
kill.
voice.
I would even kill to have somebody like just
what the
act
items
like
are?
Vigo.
They're macho braces.
So, that might be it. It might be macho braces.
But I think even then though, I thought it only increased certain certain attributes. It wasn't because I didn't think there was like a specific one for like a special attack brace, like a speed brace. I don't think there's any ones for specifically certain stats. Yeah, actually, I almost want to look up who his voice actor was.
I don't think I don't even think the guy's in business anymore, but
Oh, I know.
God, it's gonna kill me. I can't look it up right now. I don't have the patience, but I know for a fact there were certain items that you held, like certain bands and shit, that raise certain stats up when leveling. But excuse me.
Let's see.
Okay,
the voice
has
actor
gotten super odd. Who the hell?
Yeah, here the voice actor Tim Wallers is the guy's name.
Yeah, I think the ice cream and trash are in the Galar region already. I think they've been confirmed. Which I'm glad. Wow, I'm glad those are my absolute favorite Pokemon. I'm so glad those are included in this game.
Oh yeah. Once it was like was it Vanilla
Vanilluxe and freaking.
The
trash, the fucking trash Pokemon.
Yeah, Garbodor, and then I forgot.
And Garbodor.
And then, Trubbish and Garbodor.
Well, no, you missed that joke because I said the trash Pokemon and Garbodor, but you know who I meant when I said trash.
Yeah, I completely did not miss that. Well, I'll say this there, Tara. That would be the most random character in that game next to Shaggy.
Oh, what? Vigo? No,
it's in the chat now. He's talking about the main villain of the first Ratchet & Clank game, Chairman Drek.
That'd be more obscure than Shaggy, to be honest.
It really would be. That's the sad part.
Like
It's like
Shaggy,
only
it
only
makes
anybody
sense.
who's played Ratchet and Clank would know that. Which speaking of which, eventually,
Ratchet
dude,
and
I gotta pop your cherry for Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I know why that sounded wrong, but okay.
I know it did, but I don't care.
No, I will definitely. To be honest, once we get the Elgato back and we finish up Fur Fighters and shit, that might be the next game that I do blind.
Yeah,
To be honest.
Yeah, and believe
Because I
me,
know you
you'll have
want
to
to see me
bring-
play that game. You want to see me fail at that game. You want to see me see.
game, to be fair-
although that again,
The game isn't
To be-
really all that hard. I mean, it is at first, but like, I mean, the first game is different from the second and third because the enemies are just slightly tougher, but your stock weapon is also a little more powerful than in the later games. It's kind of weird.
all right.
Like,
Yeah,
meaning,
it's
like
fu-
most of the enemies you can just beat with just the standard weapon, which is your wrench.
It's a shame that we can't do a. We're not going to be doing a Sword and Shield blind playthrough because most likely I ain't getting the game.
I mean, again, I may get it, but even then, I'm leery.
I've already spent $58 on 2 like figurines of Charizard and Dragonite. That's all I need for the year.
I'm debating.
These
on
will bring
whether
me
or
way
not I'm
more
gonna
enjoyment
get it
than those
and do
games
a
ever will.
blind Playthrough on it.
But although I'm giving it so much shit, but the thing of it is I don't want the game to fail. I want the game to be better. I'm giving it shit and I'm giving it tough love because I want it to do better.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, that's really what it. That's probably why fans are still doing the national Dex thing. It's like I mean, you got to be persistent with this shit, even if they're not going to do a damn thing about it.
If Super Gabby's not in the game, I'm gonna cry.
Oh my god.
I've had that thing since Battle Revolution, and you tell me I can't bring it here?
Oh my god.
Oh no!
You know what? I need to go back and watch some of those actually. Yeah,
Why?
Shameless plug by the way with the Battle Revolution series. on your
Shameless
channel.
plug. No, shameful plug. Those videos suck.
No. Excuse your face. They are not.
Hey, they're my videos. I can say if they blow or not.
It's not Stitch. It's believe it or not, it's not Stitch. It's a custom character that.
It's a custom character that's pretty
Your
much just...
videos don't suck. If your videos suck, then so do mine.
I was saying,
at least-
are you using a sink on your end, Greg?
A what?
I don't know. I just almost sound like running water.
That reminds me of that one. That reminds me of that one mission in Wario Land 2. We have to turn off the giant faucet. I don't know why I'm bringing that up.
let's just
Oh,
say
hey,
water-
another
water
Let's
is
Play
like
that I
my
did.
pet
Watch my
freeze.
Wario Land 2 Let's Play plug here.
Please,
Watch
please.
it.
Actually, go ahead and watch those because that was fun to sit down and watch with them.
No, don't. I was gonna say, don't you dare mention that one part. No, we're not mentioning it.
Wait, what? You mean Mustard's weed song?
No, don't do it.
No, I mean I'm not gonna sing it, but like.
No, don't do it. No, we've already weirded enough people. Stop, you bastard.
Was it? You can't jump high because you're not that high.
No, you can't. It's you can't jump high enough because you're not that high yet.
So smoke some weed.
Smoke more.
All right, everybody. Now.
God damn it! Now of course, you saying it wrong, so you probably saying it wrong on purpose because
No,
you know
oh, yeah,
my
no,
OCD
that's-
would make me correct you.
No, that's just how I remembered it.
So funny.
Yeah,
all right,
that
well, that's
was-
pretty much. I think that's pretty much all we had to
Yeah, I
talk
think that's all
about.
we
But I
got.
appreciate all that. But like I said, it's just like one last time. It sucks that the Pokemon Company really doesn't care about the main series games anymore, but hopefully that will change. Hopefully Game Freak will... I'm hoping they delay the game and work on it longer. I don't care how fucking long it takes, as long as they... Why don't they work on Town and then come back to this one? I don't even know, but just...
No, what is Town
Still.
about actually before? Because I've never even heard of Town.
I think I honestly forget. I think it's just like I want to say it's kind of like an Animal Crossing like game, but don't quote me on that. I
Which
could
is
be
a
wrong.
bit odd considering that there's the most recent Animal Crossing game is coming out. I think that like this fall.
Wouldn't that suck? I almost
and
kind
not
of
only
want to
that,
look.
this Animal Crossing game has been very anticipated because it was supposed to come out back in like 2017 or something like that. It's been like over like a year and a half.
Yeah,
couple
it's
years.
it's an RPG, so that's.
Whoops, did not mean to do that. There we go.
Well, that's really weird. The fact that there's news stories that Game Freak just released more information on Town like literally yesterday.
Oh,
That's kind of weird. Oh, so I guess Town was the code name. It's not even the real name. Oh, interesting.
oh shit.
Well, I guess that makes sense because that seems very generic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's the main character gonna be? Chin?
Well,
I
hey,
didn't
you know, well,
wait,
you know what they say.
didn't
You don't
know that
fuck
the
with
name
Chin.
wasn't Town?
No fuck with Chin.
You didn't know that wasn't the real name?
No, I'm an idiot.
It said that was the name work in progress. Also, you don't fuck with Chin, okay?
It was
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that
Yeah, see, yes,
when they said
spread the word.
when they said WIP, I thought that meant they were gonna whip somebody with the name.
No, work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
I know. I'm kidding.
I was just like, it's like, nah, there's no way you could be. It's like you've seen Mugen characters. Mugen characters have that label all the time.
You mean they don't use the whip as their weapon? What if it was a Simon Belmont WIP? Then it would be a whip.
Well, hey, it's a work in progress of a whip. A whip of a whip.
I take these vlogs such out of context. It's not even funny. Like I just go off the beaten path and just talk about random shit just because I can.
Well, hey, well, if you're gonna beat something, might as well be the whip.
Well, so for right now, also Sword and Shield is a whip. So then
Yeah.
they better whip their ashes back into shape and get going on this game and make it good.
Yeah, seriously.
So that's pretty much all I have to say. Hopefully the more details they release, because it seems very odd that they haven't released anything on the Starter Evolutions yet. Because by now I think we already knew about all the others
Because
in the
this game's
previous
coming
gens.
out what, in December?
November.
Oh, November. Yeah, that's another what, 3 months away now. Jesus.
Yeah, I think so. Sounds about right. It's the 15th according to today. So yeah.
Yeah,
Seems,
literally 3 more months.
Crazy.
So yeah, another quarter of a year there, Game Freak. Yeah, might get your asses in gear.
Yeah, hopefully my prediction about hopefully my prediction about Dragonite getting a new form is false, but I'm just assuming the worst.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm just assuming the worst
Yeah, believe me, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for assuming the worst.
because it seems in the back of my mind it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. It's well overdue. Dare I say it? I hate saying it, but it's true. And all the other speculations. Hopefully the more gym leaders will be good. I'm hoping the region itself looks better too, because it's not. If you really look back, there's not a lot on the game in terms of like the actual like towns and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of barren.
So
Considering the
main
fact that
focus-
I mean, I like the scaling of everything, where like things that are tall like really look tall in comparison to your model.
Yeah, like that fucking Weezing.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Which, yeah, again, good luck using in caves.
That's not Weezing, that's Doug Dimmadome.
Doug
Yeah.
Dimmadome.
Yeah, so don't use him in caves. I know he breathes out clean air, so he won't be able to, so he won't suffocate you. But you can't even use him in battle. He can't fit in a cave.
That's a lie, because we already.
All right,
know that
anybody
you can
that
battle
names
on water.
anybody that sends me a picture of themselves naming that Weezing like D Dimmadome, you get a shout out. just letting you know. If it doesn't fit, then that's not my problem.
That's right.
But
All right. So yeah, think
I mean, what's worse? I don't know what's worse.
Oh.
The fact that I don't know what's worse. Like the Galarian Dragonite itself, or the anticipation of it. Like it's
Nah,
just,
the anticipation.
Yeah, it's like it's eating me alive. I can't stand it. Just tell me, Game Freak, stop fucking with me. Just tell me, yes or no. No, maybe so. I'm not putting up with this bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they're not revealing certain things is just, I don't know, like they're kind of
Maybe it's because like maybe this game is so lackluster that there's almost nothing left to show. That would
Yeah.
be sad.
that would be sad.
That would just be very sad if, like, literally, like, every trailer, it's like, oh, here's a couple more. Here's a little more. It's like, look at all this stuff we're showing you. Whee! Hey, look over there. It's a new form that you can play with.
No. Yeah, what? You did the over there, so
I know. It's just sad when Mugen Pokemon battles are probably gonna be more entertaining and better animations than this. Especially the Rayquaza ones. Yes, those amazing, like, 2-frame animations.
I know. And then, of course, they got a Donald in the battle, manages to pull off a happy set. Oh my god.
I said Pokemon battle, but sure, we'll have Ronald McDonald as a fucking Pokemon trainer now, just because.
Well, you said Mugen, so.
I said Mugen Pokemon battles, but okay.
Mugen Pokemon. Oh, sorry. Well, when you say Pokemon battle, I just meant like a battle that had a Pokemon in it.
I wonder what the Trio of the Sword and Shield region are going to be. Well, that's probably going to be released, like, the week before the game arrives.
Wouldn't that be funny if they held the starter evolutions until, like, the final week?
I mean, at this
that
point,
would
might
be
as well.
unheard of. Which at that point, you could tell they're either A, very unconfident of their game, or they just don't give a shit. Because
all I can say is hope.
They were
all I
quick.
can say is hopefully they don't do something really dumb and release a demo that has, like, access to all the shit like they did for Sun and Moon, where it just got all data leaked immediately. So, Game Freak, don't do the same shit twice. Well, then again, you've been pulling off stupid bullshit for a while now, so it wouldn't surprise me, but I still love you, but I'm just disciplining the shit out of you like a parent at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, we are scolding you like crazy.
No. Stop.
No. No. No.
All right, so I think that's pretty much it. It looks like
Yeah.
you guys are pretty much just done with the Mugen Dynamax Pokemon. I don't know. That was a joke. I don't think I have the ability to scale shit. So the only Pokemon I want to see in Pokemon is Tiger Woods. Omega Tiger Woods. Done. We're done. That's it. It's the only one. Just slap his head on anything. There's your Pokemon. Done. But yeah, for reality, that's it. We're just rambling on about stupid bullshit at this point. But my voice is shot. You guys already know about everything, so I hope we've made some valid points. I tried to be as, like, thoughtful and gave constructive criticisms as much as I can, because I don't want to sound like I'm bitching. I just want to try to be as reasonable as possible. Like I said, I want this game to be good. I want it to succeed, no matter what it takes. I don't want to see them half-ass it because it's their B team working on it because of a deadline or whatever. Because I know they're capable. They've done it in the past. I know they have the ability now. So it's just I just want to see that happen. And don't fuck with my little golden boy. I mean, he's little compared to fucking Weezing.
Hashtag leave big yellow buddy alone.
Don't touch my bar. He's mine.
I already did.
I won't ask further questions about that.
It's like, yeah, no. It's like, yeah,
The power.
You just keep that to yourself.
I'm kidding. Also, can somebody please explain to me why Donkey Kong 64 is a longer game than Star Fox Adventure?
That's a topic for another stream.
It's called Rareware knew what the hell they were doing.
Or maybe they were on a fucking time limit. You know they were.
All right. Well, thank you guys. That's gonna be it for real. But thank you guys so much.
I can only stay for another 10 minutes, so we should wrap this up.
I just said, do you not listen to me? God damn.
I am listening to you. I just figured.
I just said thank you guys so much for watching. We're about to wrap this up now, and you're like, oh, I have 10 minutes, and you wrap it up. Well, no shit. That's what I just said.
like,
I'm messing with you.
No, you totally were clueless. Admit it. You can't fool me. You totally weren't listening to me, and you're doing it again.
Yes, I was.
Whatever. It's all good.
My God.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I know I appreciate it. So, like I said, most of this information that I've gotten is not my own. Like, I didn't make this up. I didn't do like I just did a lot of research and just gathered all these like different speculations together just to present it. So I can't take full credit for most of the shit that I've said, except anything that's opinionated. Well, except for the Michael Jackson Dragonite. That's all me. That's all my creative mind.
Oh yeah, no, that is, and I only added on to that with like the hat tossing and all that.
Michael Jacksonite. Let's do it.
And the dot to the mat to the ahoo. Ow. Here we go.
Anyway, all right. Thanks you guys so much for watching. In terms of other projects, I think I might record a regular Mugen episode tomorrow. Maybe if I have time. I want to do another one, but I'll also have hot shots on the back of my mind. But hey, I got another job, so that means I have more an excuse not to make videos. But shh, don't worry. Another one will come soon. Don't worry.
It'll be fine.
So, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Have a good night there, y'all. Peace.
All right. Bye-bye.